Reverend, is Dr. Laura right? When Barack Obama got elected, did we just magically solve all the racism in the country?
I mean, it is so absurd on its face. The fact of the matter is that we still face a nation with structural inequalities. I mean, blacks in national data are almost 2-to-1 unemployed. We still have a huge gap in education, in health care, as well as in the criminal justice system. I think that what the election of President Obama was a very, very progressive step. I think America grew a lot, but if we're to act like we're at racial equality, that is an illusion, and I think that anyone grown knows better than that. I think we must give America credit for progress, but progress is not arriving at the destination of having a racially equal society.
So what do you think is more offensive, Sarah Palin backing Dr. Laura saying the N-word 11 times, or backing the context of what Dr. Laura said? Because around the N-word, she said some pretty loathsome things and stereotypes about black folks. So which part do you find more troubling? I
think the context. Clearly, I don't agree with the word. About 3 years ago, we all came out, civil rights groups like ours, saying bury the word. Many of us have used it, so we said let's go against black hip-hoppers and artists and comedians as well as white saying it because it's wrong. But aside from the word is the context. She not only talked about blacks since President Obama seems to be doing more in terms of whites, in terms of demonizing was her term, whites. She inferred that if you're in an interracial marriage and feel that you're being treated wrong or things being said by your in-laws, maybe you shouldn't be in a marriage. I mean, she took shots at a whole bunch of things contextually that are racially insensitive, to say the least. But what is amazing is she says this, and then when people like us respond, she says, oh, I have the First Amendment right. She does, and we have the right to respond. You can't say things and then tell everybody else, shut up, you can't respond. We merely responded with our First Amendment right.
So what's the right answer here? Because, you know, I heard the whole thing, and she said, oh, black people have a chip on their shoulder. She didn't even listen to what the caller's issue was. She's made all these assumptions. I don't think the N-word is necessarily magical. I understand your stance on it, but the context was worse. But what do you do? What do you do about Dr. Laura? What do you do about Sarah Palin 100% backing her?
Well, I think that what you do with Dr. Laura is you express to those that subsidize her advertisers and the radio stations, that a lot of the listeners and a lot of their consumers think that is insensitive and don't want to spend their money with people that would subsidize that. I mean, if I did it on my radio show, if you did it on your shows, people have the same right. That's their right to say, I don't think if I'm going to buy your product, you ought to advertise with people that use certain things that's offensive. Then it's up to advertisers. With Sarah Palin, I think the irony is on August 28th, next Saturday, when many of us will be marching on Washington, remembering Dr. King's dream, she's going to be at Lincoln Memorial with Glenn Beck on that day after she just told this woman to reload on this racially insensitive language. I think people need to understand on that day, as we remember the real dream of Dr. King, what is Sarah Palin thinking about a dream when she tells someone to reload racial insensitivity? That didn't offend Al Sharpton or National Action Network or Media Matters. It offended the black caller who is a listener of Dr. Laura. And when the woman said that's offensive and called her on it, she said, I'll say it again. No apology, no thinking it through, no remorse. She kept loading. And now Ms. Palin says, reload.
Thank you so much for joining us, Reverend Sharpton.
Thank you.
Always interesting.